Hello guys, today we're gonna do level 200 Paladin with, the same build as before. Triple pet, max, NFT level, and 2.5k Legion. So instead of making level 140 Paladin and doing that as a comparison, I'm gonna use a level 200 Paladin, a level 200 Marksman, and level 200 Corsair. And we're gonna compare that against level 200 Mercedes, because we know the power point of Mercedes at level 140, which then compares to the 140 shallower. So, I just need to get to level 200 Mercedes and then compare 200 Mercedes with the other 200 classes. Then we have like a rough estimate how strong or how weak Paladin is compared to Mercedes. And the same can be said for Marksman and Corsair, right? I think that's like the best way to do this. So, because this is level 200 test, we will only be doing the entire run. So that includes arc and normal horntail. If for some reason a class cannot do these bosses, that's just trash tier. Like by low 200, you should be able to do all of these bosses without equipment with a little bit of NFT levels. So yeah, that's the introduction. In summary, Paladin's daily bossing clear speed it's very slow. So just for daily bossing, it does this run in 30 minutes, which is a lot slower than Mercedes 10.5 minutes. It's also slower than Dark Knight and Hero, as well as Marksman and Corsair. It's actually one of the slowest classes. Um, Based on the data, I'm not sure if this is correct, but I think it's as slow as the mages. Now, the only good side about Paladin is it's very hard to die in Paladin, playing as a Paladin. So their benefit is that once you get to hard Magnus or like Zigum, it's a lot easier to do. But for daily bossing character, it's not that good in terms of speed. The only other good thing about Paladin is that their weapons and sub weapons are very cheap. Um, that's because the best in slot weapon is Kaisarium, but to do a weekly boss meal or the daily boss meal, you don't need a Kaisarium. You could just get a CRA hammer, which then you could buy in the shop for like 2 mil. That's the only good thing about Paladin is you could take advantage of the equipment being very cheap. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hope this helps. Remember to subscribe. Thanks. Special thanks to our members for help making this video possible. Amy Chang, Aku Bryant, Koraje, Monks.